All right, and after about 20 minutes of audio issues on my end, we're finally live.
Let's go.
Let's go.
20 minutes later.
Welcome to the Malloy Media Sports Podcast.
Name TBA.
Name to be determined. So,
If anyone wants to pick a name for us or have
Oh
suggestions,
my god.
be sure to comment down below.
That's not how podcasts work, Joe. You don't comment names.
we'll be posting
This
it
is
on
a
YouTube.
democracy, Nick.
We'll be posting it on YouTube if anyone wants to
Well, yeah, that's right.
fucking suggestions.
We live in a democracy. Maybe.
We should start by introducing ourselves.
So I'm Matt Marino. I'm the not self-designated but podcast leader.
Our creator, all hail.
Yeah.
Our creator.
I'm not hailing.
Joe,
I'm not hailing.
you do not
Hail
have
the
to
man of
hail
your
me.
parish.
You do not have to hail me. Joe, Nick, introduce yourselves.
I'm Nick Stallone. I'm at Malloy. I am a music editor freshman, and I am a livid New York sports fan, as you can see.
I think we all are here.
I'm Joe. Let's go, Matt. All hail Grimace.
I should have banned Grimace. I should have banned Grimace.
He
This-
saved
this
the Met
is-
season
it
last
was
year.
going to come up eventually.
But okay.
Didn't you see we were going to get copyrighted?
Well, could I get
No,
copyrighted?
that's if we name it after Grimace and use his likeness. We're allowed to name drop him.
All right, fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we all pretty much root for the same sports teams. Our fourth host, Chris, isn't here right now. He's with
They'll
Jay,
pop in
right?
and out sporadically.
He'll be in and out sporadically.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's with
He's
He
at
is.
the Met.
he's at the Met.
Yeah.
He's
Not the Met.
On a date.
the Met. Yes, Joe, the Mets aren't playing right now.
Yes.
Has anyone seen that one episode of Friends
Oh my
when
god.
when
Joe,
Joey's
you cannot
girlfriend?
be making media
No,
references.
it's relevant.
Stop.
Joey's girlfriend says that she wants to go to see the Met, and Joey's like, "Oh, which one of them? They all suck."
Joe,
Not
we
knowing
can't.
that she
media
means to
Okay.
So today we're going to talk about a couple things. Mostly the absolute beatdown that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Our
beat down.
Ooh, not pretty.
resident Bills fan here very much enjoyed that.
I did
That was
not
very
enjoy that.
therapeutic. That 4 hours of watching the Chiefs get absolutely pummeled and getting to see Kendrick diss Drake. Those are the.
You know, speaking of Kendrick dissing Drake, I was on the couch watching that halftime show, and right before the say Drake, I said to my friends, I don't think he's going to say his name. I said to them, I don't think he's going to say Drake. I hear you like him young on live TV.
I would have been so mad if he didn't say it.
I was waiting. I knew that Kendrick was gonna say it, and listen. It was a thing of beauty. I did not expect
Oh
the
my
entire
God.
stadium to join in. Try to strike a chord, but it's probably A minor.
Oh my god.
That
Absolutely.
was probably
It was
the
was
best
so good.
moment in Super Bowl halftime show history.
That was.
no, not the best moment.
No.
I thought the halftime show was good, but like I think they were
enjoyed it,
better. Like,
but there have been better halftime shows, 100%.
but anyways, the
Yeah.
Super Bowl itself.
The
It
Chiefs
wasn't
got
the
it.
greatest Super Bowl in the world, but it was entertaining. Joe, you and me as Giants fans,
I didn't find it entertaining. The Chiefs were getting beat down so bad that I stopped watching for 20
The
minutes.
Chiefs getting beat down. Who doesn't want to see that? The entire
Well-
season, we've been looking at these undefeatable Chiefs who have gotten away with winning game after game after game by pure luck, and the refs giving them the worst calls ever. But to see the Chiefs finally get exposed without getting help from the refs and seeing the whole O-line collapse, it's who the Chiefs are.
Yeah, how many sacks were there? 5, 6?
I think 6. Hold on.
A
let me
lot.
get a quick fact check on this.
I don't know
I
how many
remember-
there were. There were a lot, and honestly, it just wasn't entertaining football.
It
It was like I
The
literally
most
stopped
most
watching the game to go do an essay. That tells you all you need to know.
yeah.
That other people, instead of watching the biggest game of the year, stopped watching and went to do something else. Like, come on. Also,
Yeah.
the commercials this year. What the hell?
Oh yeah, nothing good in terms of
There
commercials.
was one. It was the Walmart one where they combined all of the good commercials from the past, like Puppy Monkey Baby.
Yeah.
I saw
Okay, so
Kool-Aid
now
Man, Green Giant.
we are just talking about a Marvel movie type of now. It's like a Marvel movie halftime, not
Yeah,
halftime show.
Crossover of the
A
century.
Marvel movie Super Bowl commercial. Because remember, guys, the past is what people want to see, and that's the only Super Bowl
Crossover of the
commercial
century.
I
Oh, yeah.
remember, except stupid ones. Like there was the one with seal on a seal. Like
That was
what
so
was I
like, what are
watching?
we doing?
Like
This is the Super
Uh,
Bowl.
They're
we
gonna put out
have
better.
we have so much creative mind in the world, and that's the best they could have came up with.
At least
Like
there was no AI. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah,
I was yearning
Yeah.
for the cringy Mets commercial where Brendan was like, I got it," just for something
mo-
funny.
the most entertaining part of that Super Bowl was definitely the Cooper DeJean pick. That was
Oh my god.
that
Yeah,
was
that was
awesome.
like
That was
I was
that was awesome to
Yeah.
see that on his
to
birthday
that
was
point. I was
No.
like, the Chiefs are gonna find a way to come back and devil magic it. When that happened, I was like, wait, they might
I was like,
lose.
well, it's happened before. You can't say it hasn't happened when 2016 or 2017, I forget which one.
There was always
2023 happened.
8-3.
after 28-3. I feel like you never know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
till the end of the game.
But here's the
I-
thing, Tim.
Joe. Yeah.
Mahomes is not Tom Brady. Like
So
I want nobody to come at Mahomes saying, "Oh, he's better than Brady." No, he is 2-2 in super. No, he's
I think he's 3-2.
3-2, right?
Joe, you bring me into my next point perfectly.
Yeah.
The GOAT argument. What is that? What is not getting the three-peat due to that?
For now, it's completely over. Take it, put it on the shelf. If Mahomes comes back and wins back-to-back Super Bowls again, we can dust it off and talk about it. But
Okay.
I know Brady's never gone the three-peat. But at the 2 Super Bowls that Tom Brady has been at with Mahomes, whether he's on the field playing or announcing, Mahomes is undefeated. I mean, Mahomes is defeated completely.
He's the opposite of undefeated.
He's super defeated, I guess.
So
No, but
like,
I 100%
don't-
think. Yeah. I think this means that Mahomes is not Brady level. Like, we've seen it. Brady's been able to come back from the worst. The past 2 Super Bowls, yes, Mahomes has come back from deficit. It's only been 10 points. It's not even 2 full scores. So,
Also,
I think Mahomes, he's on another level.
So I
He's
want to.
probably the best of this, like, current gen, but he's
he's
nowhere
the
near
best right
Brady.
now, but he is not Tom Brady.
Yeah,
And I don't think anyone should be saying,
but hold on. I want to
"He's
show you
better
guys
than
something.
Brady."
No. We get the point. You don't have to extend on it. You can say a thing and then you're done.
So I am looking at this right now. Hold on, the call is in like 2 different windows for me.
Also, can I say one more
Okay,
thing
there
while
we
you
go.
pull that up, Maddie?
Yeah. Shh.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I also,
My-
I think next year's Super Bowl is Super Bowl 60. It's got to be big. And I think next year, Mahomes' legacy is on the line. If he makes it and he wins Super Bowl 60, people will say, I feel like that'll get him back in the debate. I won't agree with it.
No,
but-
people, I don't think. Just because, like, you win the 60th Super Bowl, like, the people are gonna remember the team that wins it, not the quarterback or the wide receiver. That's not how that works.
So
I disagree.
in
But
terms of actual stats, comparing their 2 careers, Mahomes is better. Right now, in year 7, Brady, year 7, Mahomes is better. You're looking, so I'm looking right now at 96 games for Mahomes, 96 games for Brady. 28,424 passing yards for Mahomes, 21,564 passing yards for Brady. 219 passing touchdowns for Mahomes, 147 for Brady. 63 interceptions for Mahomes, 78 for Brady. Now, you can make the claim that Mahomes had better help, but you're also
Yeah.
thinking, by this time, Brady had a team that went, Brady had a team that went 18-0. So,
Like,
can
yeah.
you make that claim?
I feel like based on recent trends, what I see is Mahomes, he's had MVP caliber seasons, but these past 2 seasons, if I recall correctly, I know 100% this season, but last season I'm not too sure of. But I don't think Mahomes is in top 5 MVP votes.
No, he's not. But
Can I say one thing too? That Brady was 7-3 in Super Bowls. He has more rings than any individual NFL franchise. Mahomes is 3-2. So Mahomes has to win 4 more Super Bowls and lose only 1 Super Bowl to tie Brady's record.
yeah,
So
but I'm
even if he
talking
makes
just
the next 5 Super Bowls, he has to go for.
I'm talking just like individual stats here. Like
I
I
get what you're
know
going for, and I
legacy's on
agree.
the line. If you're
I agree
talking,
that the stats tell one story, but at the end of the day, can you recall any of Tom Brady's individual stats if someone were to ask you, you had 20 seconds to respond?
that's true. Okay.
And then if I was to come up to you and say, quick, how many rings does Brady have? It would
7.
Seven.
take you like 3
Yeah.
seconds to say 7. Brady is defined by those 7 rings. Mahomes
Okay.
is defined right now by, oh, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and the refs.
That is big.
He doesn't have the storyline of 7 rings or 3 rings. He has Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and the refs.
All right.
And look, Mahomes is the best quarterback playing in the game right now. I'm not going to say that's not true. But his legacy right now is defined by the media perception of Travis and Taylor and not Patrick Mahomes.
And it's 3 rings.
You think he's better than Lamar and Allen right now?
Right now, who has a Super Bowl ring out of those 3 quarterbacks?
Ooh. What does the Bills fan have to say about that?
I don't like that.
I'm sorry, but who has the rings?
That's a completely irrelevant case if we're talking about who's a good player. Having a Super Bowl ring does not make you a good player. Look at Kenny Pickett. He has a Super Bowl ring now. Is he better than Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, Joe?
Look at Dan
But
Marino.
I'm saying Mahomes
Exactly.
led the teams to the Super Bowl at least.
Okay.
And I agree that Allen has not been to a Super Bowl.
Winning a Super Bowl is not a one-man thing. It's an entire team thing.
I agree.
Okay.
But I think
But you're saying
I'm
Mahomes
not dissing Allen for
has
it.
the 3
But I'm
rings.
saying
Saying.
history will finally remember Mahomes and his rings over. Because the thing is, I'm sorry, it's
No.
not Allen's. I have to say this. I don't think it's Allen's fault they haven't won a Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't.
What does he have around him? Last
Allen
year, he
should
had
have been
Eva Diggs drop it and Tyler Bass bring back history with wide right. This year, they just didn't do enough. And they let
Which I
Xavier
agree.
Worthy go to
Man,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
In all fairness, I do think they should have won that game. I think on that 4th and 1, they got it, but they
I
didn't
don't
get
think the 4th and 1 they got it. I think on the 3rd down they got it. But once again, that's a debated topic if the refs gave the call to the Chiefs. Like, that's Mahomes' legacy right now, defined against Brady.
No, that you just said 2 things. You said his legacy is his 3 rings, and now you're saying it's defined by the refs and Taylor.
That's not what I said. I said that in the current game, you can't make the argument like, oh, Mahomes has won the Super Bowl. That he has led 3, he's been there 5 times. Allen has been there 0.
You just said that whatever Mahomes is better because he has no Super Bowl things. That's not it. That's like going.
I'm saying that he's the standard to beat right now.
Okay, but let's look. Let's make
That's
another
correct.
comparison. If we're gonna make that comparison, I'll make another comparison in baseball terms that you'd understand. Mike Trout and whatever you call it. I'm trying to think. Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is obviously better.
No.
There's no doubt about it right now in the game.
Mike Trout's
Whoa.
no doubt Hall of Famer, but still has a long way to go in his career.
Mookie is a
Well-
Hall of Famer.
I don't think as much as Trout is.
Well, I agree. I'd agree with that. Like, I think Mookie's a Hall of Famer at this point, but like not as much as Trout is.
Yeah.
But the
Whatever
thing
you
is,
call it.
I feel like the
No rings, but he's
Aaron
still.
Judge is also a Hall of Famer. No rings. And like his Yankee legacy also. will it be defined as the greatest home run hitter in Yankees history, possibly? Or will it be defined as he could never get over the hump? And do I have to bring up Game 5?
That's a whole different thing now. His
Also,
legacy
happy
may not
Valentine's Day
define power.
belated to you
I know
all.
the player he
I would
is.
drop anything for you two.
Okay. Let's get back on track. I just want to make that comparison to make sure you knew what you were talking about.
You didn't change
but-
anything, but
If we are going to talk about getting over that hump, there are teams. The Ravens, I think they just need. I don't know what they did wrong. They just need to show up.
I thought
Lamar is a playoff choker. We've seen it in the past.
they need a wide receiver.
I think they need a wide.
how much help do you need? You have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
No,
Like,
does that
that
win?
should be enough.
Does
If
that
you,
win them a ring?
No,
Does-
they couldn't
does-
win them a
does-
ring this year.
Well,
if
home
you
win them a
give
ring?
Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, my God, the Chiefs would have had a beat down on their hands.
Yeah, you have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, but
Like,
Yeah,
they're not.
you have enough, I
those two
think.
aren't winning them a ring.
You know what I would like to see as a sneaky pickup for Baltimore?
Oh,
And I should know since he was just on the Bills this past
Amari
season.
Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Give Lamar that deep threat. You
That-
do not know what's coming. It could
Exactly.
be a running play from him or Henry. It could be a deep shot to the end zone. Or it could be like a quick 10, 20-yard pass to Bateman or Zay Flowers. That makes them a completely unpredictable.
That could be an elite. Yeah.
And now going to the Bills, their big thing is defense. Because you saw it
We
in
know
multiple
who you want. We know who you want for them.
I want Myles Garrett. I say trade your first round pick this year 100%, which it's obviously not going to be enough. You have to do more.
Yeah.
I'm going to give up a first round pick next year as well.
Josh Allen.
That's not going to be enough, though, because you're going to get.
I know it's not going to be enough. I think that's the basis you need, though. You need those two first round picks at least.
He wants to go to a contender.
Yeah, and that's the Bills.
And I think that if the Patriots really wanted to do it, they have the most cap space this offseason.
But the Patriots are
I don't think Garrett would want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Patriots.
He might, because that changes the game for them.
The
That
Patriots
gives
don't
someone
need defense. The Patriots need an
defense.
offensive line. They need an offensive line.
They need an offensive line. They need
Drake May is a potato chip out there. He's going to get crushed no matter what happens.
pretty much.
another
Speaking
place that
of-
can keep going. The
so
Commanders.
speaking of, let's
They
talk
have
about
the
the
same
draft a
problem
little
as
bit.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah,
Let's talk about
move
the
on.
draft a little bit.
Where are we going?
So we're gonna
Draft.
talk about the draft a little bit. So
I've not done much look into
we were
this
speaking
draft
about
class
this a
besides
lot.
like the top three.
yeah,
It all lies on what those top two teams want, because we don't know what the Browns are going to do, because they reworked Deshaun's contract.
they did. I
They
didn't
did
see
a
that.
while ago, so know what's going to be the case with him. And then the reports coming out recently that Tennessee might shop the number one pick.
They should not do that. They need a QB.
It's Tennessee.
No, they
You
need
think
to.
they're smart?
Well,
Well, they
But
need a
Shaw
QB,
Sanders
but they
or
could get.
Cam Ward are not your franchise QBs. If I'm the Giants, I'm going to try and call up the Vikings and say, hey, what do you want for J.J.
I
McCarthy?
don't think they're trading JJ.
For the number 3 pick in the draft, then they can get Darnold some help and keep him there in the franchise tag for at least 1 year.
I don't think they're keeping Donald. I think they're moving on. I think they want to get JJ going. That's my thing. That's my thought process.
so I want to show. I want to pull this up. Take a look at this ESPN draft board.
Let's go look.
Oh, you can share your screen on here.
Yes.
If the Giants
The-
got Travis Hunter at 3, oh, that's the players available. Oopsie.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are players
If the
available.
Giants at 3 can
Where's the
get
first
Travis
quarterback?
Hunter,
He-
it's
Where's the first
very
quarterback
late.
out
I
of all
know
these?
that. I think it's in
There-
like the
17.
there it
eight.
is, 17. I was gonna say late teens. And Eli's
So-
been saying that I think they've done some scouting on Dart. Like, if you can get Dart in the second round with the second pick, I don't think you can, because I think people will reach.
Mm,
Like, we saw Bo Nix go in the first round this year when people said, oh, he's a second or third round pick. We don't know when Dart's going to go, do we?
People's capital
Yeah, so
go up because of what teams need. Like, you saw with the draft board, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, they're not top 2 picks, but they're most likely going to go in the top 5 because teams need a quarterback.
Which is why I don't think Dart will be there in the second round. I hope he will, because the player I want the Giants to go draft is Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Go get your
Exactly.
quarterback elsewhere.
You and
There's-
me want
yeah,
the exact
exactly.
same thing. Yeah,
You're not getting
we
Francis
want
quarterback out of there.
I think we've
Travis
talked about
Hunter.
this.
Travis Hunter.
I want Justin
We want
Fields.
Dart in the second. Then we want them to go to the Steelers, and we want Justin Fields. Correct?
But I think Justin Fields
You
wants
don't even have to go to the
Pittsburgh,
Steelers.
Yeah, he's a free agent, right?
Just sign him.
but he wants to stay in Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah,
And
You
we
know
should-
who I'm interested to go see if the Rams will move, Maddie?
Matthew Stafford.
What if they move him? Like, what it will take? It won't take a first round pick.
So I
He's
saw
not
a third
That
round
guy.
pick, and I saw a mock
think-
trade for this the other day. I saw a third and a fifth, I think.
I saw a second and a third.
Second, oh, that's a lot.
I think a second and a third is fair.
I think it's
Mm.
fair because it's Matthew Stafford still.
How
Like,
much
Like,
is
if
it
you
gonna
put him on the same field with Malik Neighbors, you
And
get
Travis
Shedeur Sanders. Like,
You don't get Shedeur Sanders now.
not Sanders. My
Travis-
bad. Travis Hunter. I meant his teammate.
Nasty.
If you
That
get Hunter,
Yeah, that's a nasty combo.
Leak, and Stafford, the defense, they have signs of life.
I
and
think
then
you
you
enough
use your
to
draft.
playoff team to a
Go
wild.
and get your needs. You
I
also
hope-
need to address the loss of the safety that left, went to
Xavier
Green
McKinney.
Bay,
Yeah, Xavier
and had a
McKinney.
great season.
And whole postseason.
Like, come on, the Giants missed him.
Him and Saquon.
Miss him, yeah. Oh,
Don't remind me of Saquon.
Oh, we got to talk about Saquon. We gave Daniel
Mhm.
Jones $160 million over
Daniel
Saquon
Jones was at the
Barkley.
Super Bowl this year. He
Yeah,
wasn't playing for the Giants. He was there to see Barkley, his best friend.
yep.
John Mara, I have a message
Let's
for
take a
you.
look at this. On March 13th, 2024, Barkley signed a 3-year, $37.75 million contract.
Mm,
That's 3 years of Saquon Barkley for less than the price of 1 year of Daniel Jones that the Giants paid.
Wait, so 37.5, you said?
$37.75 million for 3 years in total.
For a guy that broke the all-time rushing record in a season, including playoffs.
Yeah,
But that's not an official stat.
not official. Yeah,
Not
They-
official.
He was
I'm
going
Except
to
he
break,
stated, not official.
Joe,
I'm
he was
mad they
going to
didn't let him
break,
play the
he was
regular-
going to
whatever
break
the record.
the,
I'm so mad.
he was going to break the season rushing record if he played,
He would have.
he would have.
But it would have been in 17 games instead of 16 games.
There would have been a little asterisk, but he still would have broken history.
He still would have made
he was an
history.
MVP candidate this year.
He was third place.
He was our entire offense last year.
And the Giants, when they're going to have to bring in a new QB, are going to bring back the same regime that gave Daniel Jones 100.
Now, we did find a decent running back in Tyrone Tracy. Like, he had a decent year. Like, I think 800 yards.
Hold on, I can take a look.
Not a bad year. And
No,
if you get him a real quarterback to work with, and you have another threat downfield with Leak and Hunter, Tracy might be able to do a little more.
Yeah, he had over 1,000 yards, Tyrone Tracy, with combined
Is that-
rushing and receiving.
Yeah,
Like,
rushing-
honestly, guys,
839 rushing, 284 receiving.
yeah.
Not bad for a rookie.
he would be the running back if we want 2-star wide receivers on this team. And then you get Matthew Stafford, who can still do it and have 2 targets that he doesn't have in LA right now.
Mhm.
The Giants could be sneaky good next year. They can't
Well-
win the division,
No, they can.
No, because
but they can make a wild card.
I also want to call back to something. I pulled up Tracy's, rookie year stats.
Mhm.
I'm going to make a comparison to James Cook with his rookie year stats. 507 rushing yards, 180 receiving yards.
Wow.
That was his rookie season, and I look at him up now. He wants to get paid $50 million a season.
He's
When
not worth
Who
that.
was the
No,
who was
he
the
is.
Bills'
He is.
Who are the
No,
Bills'
he's
other
not,
backup
because
here?
Saquon is being paid less. He is not better than Saquon Barkley. James Cook is not 15 million.
That's the only way you're gonna get him though.
Then he can go test free agency and go to someone who is stupid enough to pay him that, because nobody is. If
Yeah,
no
no.
one paid Barkley that money,
Joe's right. If nobody pays Barkley that money,
He's
they're not
setting the
going to
market though, and I don't hate him for doing it, but I
and
feel
he's
like
not going to get it. He's going to go back to the
That-
Bills, get probably a 4-year, $30 million deal about. That's what I project him to get.
That's like a Pete deal. That's like a Pete Alonso deal. What he asked for. Joe's right.
but you gotta pay him. He makes that offense besides Allen.
Let him walk and get someone else, because if I want to build a team around Allen, I'm not putting that much money into a running back.
I think you're both right. You're in that situation, but he's asking too much money.
But
Like-
I want you to also look where else you can use that money. Look at the receivers Allen had this year. None of them all pro. None of them.
Sign a receiver with that money.
But you make the AFC Conference Championship games with that. James Cook, what do you do without him? Exactly. Give Cook his money.
How
Don't
many
give
yards
him
do
his
you have?
money.
Do I think it's a waste? Kind of is a waste, but you need it.
How many
It's
yards did
something
he have?
that you don't want to do, but you got to do it to keep your team in it. You can draft
Not
a wide
gonna-
receiver.
He's not going to get that money anywhere else, though, and I think that's what we have to remember. By the Pete example, Pete was asking for $200 million.
Completely different case.
How many teams gave Pete $200 million?
Completely different case. You cannot argue that.
Yes, you can. You can.
You cannot argue how much
Mm.
someone wants to get paid per season to someone how much you want a total contract.
It's different in football and in baseball.
Exactly. So you can't argue it.
Well, Pete was asking to get paid what?
The highest paid first baseman.
Yeah,
He wanted Aaron Judge money. He wants Saquon money. He will not get Saquon money because he's not Saquon Barkley. And honestly, if I'm the Bills and Cook wants $15 million, why don't I wait one season and give Barkley $15 million at this rate?
Well, he still has 2 more years.
Well, then Cook has one more year. You can wait 1 year to go get Barkley.
You don't have a running back for a year then, and without, I think you just you got to suck it up and pay Cook.
I think
You can't
Barkley
pay
stays with the Eagles.
15.
You have to understand when I'm saying this. This is not the smartest decision on the planet Earth to do it, but it's something you have to do so you can stay in the game.
But you can't give him 15. Nobody is going to give him 15.
That
If
can't
he
be
hits
your
the
argument
open
that no one
market.
can give the money because if I'm Brandon Bean, I'm like, I got to do it because I need this guy. He makes my team.
He does make your team.
talent.
And then when he goes into the open market, he can see what he's going to get paid. And Bean can then say, listen, your highest offer is 9. What if I give you 11? So everyone's still
He's not
happy.
gonna- He's no.
He's not getting $15 million
You gotta
if
remember
he
the
hits
step
the open
he had from
market.
last season to this season. It was amazing.
He's not going to get 15 on the open market. I
Yeah,
feel like that's the thing. He's not getting 15.
it's
Why
just
are you
not the
gonna
best
pay him
situation
that?
for both sides. Like he's asking too much.
He's asking too much. And then, Nick, you're all right. He does make that team. But, like, you can't.
That's where you got to do it. You think I'm saying, yes, this is the best decision on planet Earth to do it? No, I know it's a big waste of money. But as something as running a team, you need to do it to keep that player in your team. It's what the Giants didn't do. They didn't want to pay Saquon because they'd rather pay someone else.
But then you got to now also think that Allen eventually, you got to save money for him. And that $5 million difference could go to Allen and get the deal over the hump. Because we are seeing how much quarterbacks are getting paid. Dak Prescott got $60 million a year. Allen, I think he has 2 years left, right, Nick?
I can check.
Yeah,
Like, honestly, in that time, you're going to have to pay Allen.
yeah.
Like,
Allen just got an
that's-
MVP. That's gonna boost up his price tag.
Like,
He's signed through 2028.
okay, so
So he's got
and
3
Cook
years.
signed through 26 technically. So in 2 years, that Cook contract, because he's probably going to want 3 years at least. That could affect your chance to give Allen the money to keep him.
Give him 3 years, $45 million then. Contract's done by then.
No, you can't extend him. You can't give 15 for a running back that is not Saquon Barkley.
You should not be talking because you didn't want to pay Saquon at all.
I
Hey.
wanted to pay Saquon over Jones.
You didn't.
Apparently, John Mara didn't.
You
I
didn't
think
pay him?
everybody everybody that had a brain that was a Giants fan wanted to pay Saquon
Saquon.
over
Which
Jones.
is why you need to pay these players money.
But James Cook is not Saquon Barkley. James Cook is not a top 5 running back in the league. He is not going to get that price tag.
Dak
Most
Prescott is
running
not
backs-
Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott is not Lamar Jackson, yet he asked for that money, and he got it. Players
Because
ask for the
it's
money.
Jerry Jones.
No, it's because these players get the stuff from their franchise, Joe. That's how
But
contract
James
works.
Cook is
That's
not your
set the market.
franchise player. Your franchise player is Allen. The Cowboys
that's not-
franchise player is Dak.
Okay,
But
Who's
these
the
players
franchise player?
who make the team set the market, Joe. They set the market. It's them who do it. The market
He's
has
not
to
gonna
go
get
up from that.
He's not going to get extended for 15. I think
Okay,
that
so
I
let's say
think they
you
find a
were.
middle ground because I think this is a leverage play right now that he
So let's
wants.
say you were in James Cook's shoes, though. Would you be asking for less money than Saquon Barkley? Or would you want more money, seeing the insane season you had?
I know I'm not getting more than Saquon because I'm not better than Saquon. I wasn't in the MVP conversation.
But you need to set the market. You're just going to be okay with getting paid less than someone else because no.
I'm not as good as him.
But that's not how an athlete thinks. It's not.
It's not how he thinks, and that's the thing. He's gonna hurt his team. It'll hurt the team's ability to go spend. And we need to also consider how much
There's no
cap
way
space
you need
the
to
Bills
spend it.
have.
The only other place you need to spend is by trading. They need a defense, they trade for it.
They need a wide receiver.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No,
you don't think they do? You don't think they need a
They
wide
need a
receiver?
star wide receiver.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Look what
Well,
happened when they had Diggs. They had Diggs. Allen lost MVP because he had so many turnovers. Got rid of Diggs. MVP.
Well, Cooper's
Diggs'
walk
career is over, basically.
Who else
He's
do
not
they have?
the same player.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman, I'm so scared.
Coleman is going to grow. Rookie season. He's going to get better. He needs
Xavier
time.
Worthy should have been a Bill. The
Xavier
Bills front
Williams should be
office.
a Bill.
Don't.
Should-
You're
just-
acting like I don't think that, but I very much do think that. That doesn't mean I think Coleman is a bust. I think Coleman needs more time, though. He truly does. He's not ready yet.
I mean, you know what I want the Bills to go do? Go get T. Higgins.
Well, you
I
can't
can
get,
see
you
you
can't
T.
get T.
Higgins.
Higgins and Miles Garrett in the same offseason. You can't.
I do need
You
the
don't have enough
defense.
assets for that.
You need the defense. Allen can survive without a wide receiver. The defense needs to be locked down. That's the biggest thing.
It's a predicament. I'm not a GM. I'm not the one choosing.
You don't need to be a GM to see that the Bills' defense is the biggest flaw. That's my case. Allen was able to get an MVP with the wide receiver core he had.
And that wide receiver core is an issue.
No,
What?
it isn't.
I mean,
How is it an issue if you win an MVP with it? I don't see that.
because imagine what he can do with an actual wide receiver.
Okay. So
But
he
also-
lost the AFC divisional round with Stephon Diggs last year.
I honestly think that they
He
need.
dropped that ball.
Also, here's someone that you can actually go get for pretty cheap. Why don't you go get Cooper Kupp?
That I would be 100%
Yeah,
okay with.
the Rams want him out for some god.
Cap space. They want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you
Which is why
get
I don't think
Cooper
they're
Kupp,
going back to what we said earlier, that's why I don't think they're going to trade Stafford. Because they're going to keep Stafford. They can draft a wide receiver, pay him with Puka Nakua, put Nakua wide receiver 1. That team is still pretty deadly.
Yeah.
And if the Niners don't figure out what they're doing, I think they're still very much
Niners are never going to figure
not
out
in
what
it.
the thing we also have to talk about before we move on is it's very possible to go get Myles Garrett in the same offseason. You go get Cooper Kupp.
Why?
It is.
How? I don't think for the same team. I don't think. So. I think that takes too many.
I think it is because, I mean, maybe it's a little different with the Bills with how high they pick. But
You also
Kupp
gotta
is going to count.
What did the Bills give up? What did the Bills get
Kupp
for
is going to
Stephon?
cost you a third-round pick at the most. That's what he's projected for.
Really?
Stephon Diggs, he only got like a high second-round pick last year and a couple extra picks, according with that.
Like,
Wide
Maybe.
receivers aren't as valued as much anymore.
well, they are on the free agent market. They're not on the
Yeah.
trade market. 'Cause
Which
of
I think
cap
this
space.
NFL offseason is going to be very big trade-wise, and that's going to be the main focus. I don't think
If you
free
can't
agents are
get
gonna
Miles
be
Garrett
up,
or Max Crosby, go get T. Higgins.
yeah.
Like, honestly, will it be the same as fixing up the defense? No, but you can do what the Yankees are going to do, in which you shore up one part of your team and hope the other part falls into place.
All right.
It's
All right.
not gonna work for the
So,
Yankees.
all
Let's.
right.
Do we
So,
want to do two early Super Bowl matchups for next season? Like,
new early Super Bowl matchups.
Super Bowl 60. What two teams we think are playing
Hmm.
before any free agent moves or trades or draft?
I'm gonna go with the
I
same
have my
prediction I had
teams.
this year, and I'm gonna go Lions and Bills because I think the Lions. So I know the Lions got basically
Maddie,
completely.
you
shut down
took
by
my
the
pick.
well, I'll ask your thoughts on this right afterwards. I know the Lions basically got completely shut down, but they were injured
were
and
elite all
beaten
season.
to hell and back.
Yeah.
Like they
Also, they were like 1 or 2 games away from getting Hutch back.
exactly. They were
With Hutch back, they won that game, I think.
they were
It would have been a better defensive showing. Their
Well-
offense wasn't abysmal. Goff, yeah, he struggled.
Goff. Goff
It would have
had
been winnable if the defense kept it more tight.
Goff had
Exactly.
Goff
It's
had 4,000
Goff-
yards all year. Goff had 4,000 yards all year.
He was an MVP,
Um,
an MVP finalist.
in the MVP vote.
Mhm.
Also, we did not see that game. We were at the Islanders game.
Yeah.
So we really
We
can't
put up
talk
the
about
score, but
how his season ended
I
to
still
the full
think,
extent.
even if he had Hutch back, it would have been a close game, but I think they still would have fell short.
yeah, I think Jaden Daniels is just that good.
Which brings
think
me to
Shane
my
Daniels-
prediction for next Super Bowl. You got the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington Redskins, Commanders, whatever they're
Wow.
called.
You think it takes 1 year? You think they're gonna get over the Eagles that easily?
I think they're going to do something big this offseason.
They have the second most cap space. That's another team I think can go trade for T.
That's
Higgins
true.
or Miles Garrett.
Well,
You
T.
mean trade
Higgins-
for Cooper Cup?
You don't even need
You're
to.
going to trade for a free agent?
Yeah, you don't even need. T. Higgins is
No, you
enough.
can't trade for a free agent. You're going to trade for a guy without a contract.
I forgot. T is the one with the contract. Jamar is the one without. The
They're
big-
not, they're not moving Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is staying in Cincinnati.
Jamar
They
just
don't wanna
had
pay
an MVP season.
Yeah.
Almost MVP season.
They don't want to pay him.
He would have been Offensive Player of the Year if it wasn't for whatever his name is, Saquon.
Saquon. They don't want to pay him for some odd reason.
No, they're going to pay him.
They have to pay him. I don't think they want him.
But they're going to.
Yeah,
He is a franchise player.
That's Joe. What I said about James Cook, that's more than true for the Bengals with Jamar Chase.
The key is a
that's
franchise
something
player.
you
I don't
can-
think Cook is a franchise player that you
But
have to pay.
Jamar Chase, he is a
Jamar Chase is a franchise player you
He-
have to pay. Like, that's not the case for Cook. We can argue all night about Cook, but I think the three of us all agree.
yeah.
You're
Wide
paying
Jamar Chase, you have
you're-
to pay.
You're paying Jamar Chase, or you're getting the Mavs and Luca treatment, and you're getting clowned by the entire country.
Yeah.
Wait, did someone mention the clowns?
Yeah.
Send in the clowns. They're
Oh, it's-
in
no,
Dallas.
Okay.
Okay.
The clowns are in Dallas.
You will think Bills versus Lions. I think it's going to be Bills versus Commanders. I think
I'm going to throw out another matchup so I don't copy you two.
All right.
you
Go for
should
it.
put something.
Go for it.
You're going to hate me for this.
E-
I'm going to take the Commanders,
Okay.
but I'm going to take a team that neither of you took. What if we have the Chiefs come back against the Commanders? I don't want it. But look, we said it before. Patrick Mahomes is the best QB in the game right now.
No.
After next year, are we going to say that?
Football, I don't think.
know.
I think this next season for Mahomes is going to be important because he is also
This is his biggest season yet.
It's a real possibility he loses Kelsey this offseason.
Yeah, I was just about to say they gave him till the
March 15th.
March 15th to decide if he's going to retire or come back.
Honestly,
And
you know what we should do? We should do a live show that day on YouTube. When free agency busts open, we'll start like a half hour before the moves are official, and we can talk about what's
That's a
happened
good
so
idea. I
far.
like that.
Yeah.
Just
So,
sit here
It's
and
going to be
talk.
a crazy
Well, if you want to see that, let us know in the comments down below if
Yeah,
you
let us
want
know.
to see us go live.
Yeah.
Because we're off from school that day, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think there's any class that time.
Spring break, woo!
unless we're doing something that day for.
Other out of academic activities. Okay, so is that all we have with football?
I feel like we have to ask the question.
Do we have our hot?
My hot take: Carolina Panthers win NFC South, make it far in the playoffs. I think Bryce Young breaks out next season.
Is
I
that
think
a hot
So
take or is
you
that
got them
just
over the Falcons?
yes.
over
Really?
the Falcons?
I got them over Baker Mayfield, who was I don't think he made the top 5 for
Falcons are a
MVP,
third
but he was
place
up there.
team.
I think
I
Bryce
don't know.
Young.
I thought Penix did well.
He did well,
okay,
but I think
but-
Bryce Young. I think he's finally learning what he is, and I think he's going to get them over the hump that they've had.
Nick, and on your take, I think the Panthers are also they can make a move. They can go get T. Higgins too. They can trade up. I mean, not trade up. They can trade for Myles Garrett.
So this is a hot take about the playoffs. Let's keep it about the playoffs.
I'm just saying. I think that hot take isn't as hot as you think it is. Maddie, you want to say yours?
This may be unpopular. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't think top 5. I think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for.
I
Like I'm trying to think.
know he has a lot of weapons, but
I have 4
I think
There are
he's
4 quarterbacks
consistent.
off.
I don't even think I don't think I just ruined. I don't even think Jalen Hurts is the best QB in his division. I think it's Jaden Daniels.
I can name 5 QBs better than I think. I think Mahomes, Allen,
I don't
Lamar, Burrow, and Daniels. I think those are 5 quarterbacks better than him.
Overall, or for last season.
Overall.
At
But
least
you're
right
including
now, in the
overall
league, I
with-
think he's a top 5 quarterback. Yes.
My take is I don't think.
Mahomes
I need to see it from
didn't
him
do that
again.
well last year. There's a reason he wasn't even in the MVP
Also,
conversation.
But Hurts didn't have a monster regular season either, did he? Like, I can't see him being. Also, we had 3 quarterbacks finish in the top 5 of MVP voting. He wasn't there. Burrow.
Maybe I'm wrong.
We had 4:
We had 4.
Allen, Lamar, Goff, and Burrow.
I forgot Burrow. I thought my bad.
Burrow.
And then Daniels. I think he's gonna be a stud. I hate to say it.
Jaden Daniels is the best QB in the NFC East. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Tommy
probably.
DeVito, I hate you.
I put him. I put Jalen. Would I put
Oh,
Jalen?
come on!
Jalen
Why you at the
Hurts?
Windows games?
Joe, do you got something?
The gabagool. Yeah.
What's your hot take, Joe?
There should be one last Thursday night game before Wild Card Weekend between the 2 teams that have the worst records, and the winner of that game is the team that gets the number 1 overall pick.
So I've
Because
heard
that would eliminate tanking, which is a problem. And in baseball,
with
you
you.
had the draft lottery come out to help avoid tanking.
I don't
Look
disagree.
at the White Sox, the worst team in history.
Okay,
They are a top 10 pick.
Joe.
We need to eliminate tanking.
Joe, I don't disagree with you, but I don't really think that's a hot take. That's more something, an idea to implement the system.
Yeah,
A hot take is like an opinion you have based on like something in the league, not like an idea you have to make a change.
Well, look,
I don't think it's the worst. Like,
I think it's a hot take because of how people view Wild Card Weekend. People are like,
yeah,
oh, it's too much.
I've heard
I'm saying add more.
it's thrown around before though.
No, whatever you call it. I think
I'm
eventually-
adding more to a weekend of
People love
football. People say is too much.
I think
That's why I
people
think it's a hot
love
take. I'm adding more to what people think is too much. That's why I see this as a hot take.
Okay.
No, I don't think, because you also got college playoffs that weekend, and people are crazy for that. I think more
People
football,
see it as too much, though.
but that's also something you got to keep in mind. I don't think they would do that because of college football.
Yeah, college football wouldn't allow them to do it.
Yeah.
I generally think there needs to be a game between the
No.
worst team and the second worst team so we can try and eliminate tanking. Because look what it did for baseball. I mean, it's crazy. The Cleveland Guardians, who made it to the ALCS, they had the
Tanking
number
in
1 pick
baseball
last
is
year.
a lot different than tanking in football.
It's still tanking. Like, the game is better when teams don't tank.
It's a lot harder to tank in baseball over an 162 game span than it is to tank in football with an 17 game schedule.
I mean, why don't you just look at the White Sox? They have
They
the
didn't
best
tank.
recipe for tanking.
I don't even understand
just
how like
suck.
the baseball how you decide picks in baseball.
I mean,
Like-
honestly, at least have the draft lottery system in football then. Because tanking ruins the game for everyone.
I don't think any team necessarily tanks, though.
The Giants should have tanked.
Should have.
But no, Drew Lock had to go win that one game.
Blew up their own tank.
Only the Giants
Oh.
can blow the tank.
Only the Giants. All right, so
I mean, the
wanted to,
Patriots blew it too, but
yeah, I wanted to keep this around 45 minutes. So we're gonna
Yeah.
end this off for today. We're gonna talk more baseball the next episode.
Spring training getting full in
Spring
swing.
training getting into full
Maybe a few more
spring.
moves. Still have our eyes on Dylan Cease if he goes anywhere.
Yep.
Which-
So
I think before I end this off, I do want to say this about Dylan Cease since I mentioned him. I think he goes to the Mets, and I think Jed Williams is a part of that trade.
if they
Yeah,
trade
that's
Jet Williams for an overrated pitcher, next episode I'm gonna go off on Dylan Cease.
That's my take. That's my take to end the
That's
episode.
the coming attraction for the next episode. I will destroy Dylan
don't you think he goes
Cease.
to Boston for the?
Yeah, you
As a
think
captain.
that.
I don't want him on the Mets. He's too unreliable. I cannot wait to rip
Yeah.
Dylan Cease apart as a pitcher next episode.
Uh,
Good night,
and say
everybody.
why we should not trade Jet
No.
Williams, but
Okay.
that's next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for
Good night,
watching.
everyone. Thanks for watching and subscribe.